Well, I wasn't going to stream tonight. I was not going to stream tonight. I went upstairs. I said, I'm going to take a shower. I'm going to get into bed and just kind of chill. And I did all that. I achieved all those things. And then I was bored out of my mind. I said, damn, I can't even relax. So let me get up in here and push this Concorde around for a while since we did not have a successful go at it last time. So we're going to have a successful go at it today. Now, I did want to warn you up front that this simulator today has been kind of cutting out here and there. So I don't think it'll do it tonight. You know, it's already done it twice, but, you know, I don't know. Anyways, if this is your first time here or your last time here, welcome. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Send me a super chat. Become a member. Do all that good shit. I'm still playing with the member tiers. I don't really know exactly what to put there yet, but I'm going to figure it out. I think I got everything set. I'm trying to think of a member tier to have, like the top tier, where I can like incorporate people into the episode through like Skype, you know, or something like that. So I think that might be okay. I'm trying to hide my shirt. I don't want my shirt offending people, so I'm trying to push this camera up just a little bit more so my shirt doesn't offend anybody. All right, I don't know if this is a good idea or a bad idea tonight, but we're going to do it. So, like, I don't know if I'm really in the mood to stream tonight, but maybe I'll get in the mood. All right, so we're sitting here up in Heathrow, up in Terminal 5. We got this big old bird right there. Big old bird. Big old Concorde bird. I like some of the sticky notes that they put up in here. You know, about Mach 2 equals 500 knots indicated at 55,000 feet. That's good to know. So if we got 500 KIAS, that's Mach 2. Ground speed for ETAs. Ground speed is equal to true airspeed plus or minus the wind. That's pretty interesting. Can't interact with any of these things, but still cool nonetheless. You know, an old VFR map for, looks like this is like London over here and then Britain and all that. And then we got this little rule of 60 and then descent and all that. Yeah, usually around 300 feet out is a good descent tool. And it's even got these, you know, true Mach number, pressurized altitude, you know, true airspeed kind of chart. All right, before I start the plane, let me make sure we got fuel in the trim tank. Oh, wrong thing. I know I set it up. Oh, actually, let me see this. Did I put 1025 in? See, it didn't keep. I put 1025 in here. So that means it probably did not keep the fuel either. Let's see here. Main transfer tank. Damn. We're right at 54. I mean, that's okay if it stays there. We got to be at 54% when we take off. All right, well, let's see what happens after we turn the airplane on and get everything going. So, all right, let's go ahead and put the batteries on. Let's put the ground power on. This lit up green a little bit so we can kind of see that. All right, landing gear, parking brake. Let's make sure the inverters are good. All right, this is an inverter. That's an inverter. That's green. Anti-stall systems, let's turn those on. Let's set our altimeter, that's 1025. I'm not using, I'm not doing real world weather today. I'm just doing clear skies. I might put clouds in it later, but all right, 1025. We don't need nav radios, transponder. I mean, right now it's in standby. Where did the transponder at? Transponder, where are you? Hello? I thought you were back here. Man, where the fuck's this transponder? I could have sworn it was back here. I'm looking right at it. All right, let's just put it on transponder mode for now. All right, let's see here. Ground hydraulics, yellow, yellow. That's up top here. See, it's on yellow, yellow. Both are off. Let's put the fuel heaters on auto. All right, engine recirculation shut and secondary air doors are open. These open and close depending on how fast we're going. All right, FMC. All right, well, let's finish everything up on this page and then we'll do the FMC. So seatbelt sign on. Put the non-smoking on. Fuel's okay, we already checked it. Let's put our beacon lights on. All right, throttles are at idle. We know that because we just started. And CSD 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's over here. I believe they're the generators. CSD 1, CSD 2, CSD 3, CSD 4. All right, very good. So let's program the FMC. Now, if you had a phone in like the late 90s, early 2000s, they had a type of keyboard. They had the type of way of texting in these things where you had to like push the button so many times. Like if we wanted to type the letter C, we'd have to push once for the number 2, then 2 times in a row for A, 3 times for B, 4 times for C. So if you wanted to get to C, you had to push this button 4 times in a row. So it's basically the same thing here. All right, let's get our position. I'm pretty sure this is correct. And we got EGLL. And if you need to type the same letter in a row, or if you need to type the same number in a row, just give yourself like a couple of seconds between interacting with the button and then have another go at it. All right, EGLL. All right, very good. Let's go to data. We got to put our to and from in here. So EGLL. And then hold in the 0. That gives us the slash. Hang on, I'm getting an error message on OBS. Let me just make sure I'm actually like on right now. There's a good chance I'm not. Let's see here. View channel. Oh, it looks like I'm live still. Okay. Yeah, I'm looking good. All right. Looking good, dude. All right. All right, let's go back to the flight plan. All right, so we're flying to Chopin Airport. So that's EPWA. EPWA. I don't usually stream on Monday nights, but like I said, I just felt like it tonight. Yo, what's up, cowboy? What's good, my brother? All right, let's put 100 in for the cost index. And we're going to cruise at 55,000 feet. So let's plug in FL550. FL, and then 550. All right, let me see what runway they're thinking that we're going to take off from today. So usually we have to trick the ATC. So if I want to take off on runway 9, that's taking us to the east. I want to say a west departure. Let's see if this gives us the runway we need by choosing west. Nope. Didn't do it here. All right, so 9 left. Let's do 27 right, so at least we'll be on the same side. All right, let me plug in. Yeah, usually with this ATC, if you want to take off going, like, heading to the east, you have to request a west departure. Makes no sense. But doesn't seem like with this with this airport, it doesn't really matter. They always give you runway 27. All right, 27. What is it? 27 left. All right, 27 left. I'm plugging this into Navigraph so I can. No, I don't have it. I don't think that's available on Xbox. Oh, hey, Chicago, what's cracking, Chicago? Yeah, I'm not familiar with those planes on Xbox. I'll take a look when I'm done, and put it on my Discord, like a thumbs up or thumbs down. But yeah, that's not familiar to me. I've never seen those on Xbox before. Yeah, maybe they'll come out. I'll do some digging. The EMB 110 or the Leonardo M. Yeah, I'll do some digging, see what I can find out. Maybe they'll come out. Maybe when the new simulator comes out, they'll come out. All right, why didn't it input my... Come on, departure, do your thing. All right. So let's click on that. And let's go ahead and go to flight plan now. And let's do our departure. So we're doing 27 left. And we are doing L4. Yep. All right, insert this. And then let's do our destination. Arrival. We're doing Z11. That's L5. And we're doing L5 again. And L3 is our transition. Well, I'm sorry, that's our initial air fix for the landing. All right, let's insert that. And then I just have like 3 waypoints, I think, that I chose. So let me get them going here. So let's do that. Let's do next waypoint would be GZR. All right, GZR. Yeah, Chicago. I wasn't gonna stream tonight, but yeah, I after work did everything I needed to do, and I took a shower, got into bed, started watching a movie, and I said, I'm bored as shit. Like, I'm too old to be laying in bed this time of night. So I was like, man. So I decided to do this flight over again. So we'll see what happens. All right, let's put in GZR. Hang on, let me see what GZR's coordinates are according to Navigraph. Yeah, might as well entertain the masses. That's right. I really, I'm really not in a talkative mood tonight, to be honest. Like, I really don't feel like talking. But that's not really an option when you're streaming. So I'm sure I'll get in the mood by the time I'll be all right. All right, let's see here. Mother's Day was it was a not so much a headache, it's just a lot of running around yesterday and whatever. There's no sense of bitching. All right, let's. Nobody wants to hear me bitch. All right, T O G. I'm sorry, T O L G and then I. All right, and then I think I have 2 more waypoints, and then that's it. Oh shit! My very first super chat. Oh my god! Thanks, Chicago. Yeah, man. Yeah, I got monetized, and I tried putting up like badges and emotes and shit like that, but I'm still kind of like working on it. I only have so many I can do. Damn, Chicago. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's awesome. Now I'm talkative. I'm smiling now, man. That's cool. Yeah, it was a lot quicker to get an answer back than I thought. Like I thought it was gonna, like they said it was gonna take like a month, and it wound up only taking like 2 weeks, or a week or something. No, not even that. Like a week. All right, agava. All right, so we got hose in there, and then after hose, we can type in binpo, and then that's our last one. I just spread them out like 150 miles a piece. Since we can't put airways in here, there's really no sense of loading it up with. And I don't want to do a lot of turning in this airplane. Especially when we're going fast. All right, so that's good. All right, binpo. Bixlow. Hang on a second. Togli. Hose. Binpo. Where's agava at? Okay, hang on a second here. All right, det, GZR, Togli, agava. I got to get rid of this one here. All right, let's go back. That waypoint's not where it should be. All right, clear L4. Okay. So Togli, hose, binpo, Togli, hose, binpo, and then agava. So let's put in agava after binpo. BA. All right, agava, next waypoint. Okay, det, GZR, Togli, hose, binpo, agava, Vixlow. All right, that's done. All right, very good. Let's go to menu. Let's put in our load balance. Let's request. Let's load up. Push back. All right, performance. And we got all that. And put a 5 there. And flex 2 temp. Let's put in 49. Who knows what the real number is? All right, that's all done. Yeah, it's Monday. Yeah, yep. Yeah, I usually set aside Sunday evening for you guys. Oh, man. We are at 56. Yeah, we got to change that number there. That's got to get down to 54. Yeah, I usually set aside Sundays, but I didn't get home until real late last night. And I was just not in the mood to... I was talked out, bro. I was done talking. I was done talking. All right, let's... So that's about 54. All right, now we're good. All right, let's go to page 2 and get our engine started. I'm not using GigaChad tonight. We're just going to do it ourselves. He can just sit there and be quiet. I'm kind of mad at him. Kind of mad at him. He, so this co-pilot, he's Oh no, this is a different co-pilot. I'm not mad at him. He's okay so far. I thought it was Chad. Chad's always putting a lot of gel in his hair, and he doesn't really clean his hands off before he touches the equipment. He gets all the equipment gets like really sticky from all the pomade he puts everywhere. So yeah, I'm glad he's not on this flight, man. I don't know if I'd have the patience for him. Yeah, I am. I'm the real deal Giga Chad. That's right. All right, so we already got the battery switches, the ground service on. We can do the EPU switch, which is right here. All right, engine bleed valves, they're up top here. One's on 2, 3, and 4. LP valves and crossfeed, that's all down yonder. So we got this one, these 4 right here. So this is off. This is on when it looks like it's connected. So that's the same thing in the Avro Vulcan. Whenever you're connecting stuff, it goes from like this white and black to being connected. All right, crossfeed valves, that's all done. All right, now we can start up some engines. These engines are very difficult to start up. Watch this. This is very, very difficult. We just click on this button right here. That's it. And we just wait. Because it says make sure it's in green. I'm pretty sure it means like green here and green for the exhaust as well and all that. So but yeah, we should not have any problems with taking off and all that bullshit tonight. I found a good way to do it. So at least I think I did. All right, we're in the green there. That's good. Let's do, what's it, number 2? Let's put on some lights. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Mother's Day is good. Like, I don't mind, like, you know, I like hanging out with my mom. It's a lot of work sometimes. Especially the older she gets. So, it's mentally, it's very, I don't know how to really explain it. I just have to be like I kind of just like need to watch what I say, because if I say something, it might start a certain conversation, and sometimes I just don't really want to have like long drawn out conversations with her. So I'm trying to be careful what I say, because just in case she catches this, I don't want her calling me up and saying, "What the hell are you talking about? What are you talking about? Conversations with me?" Like, hey, chill out, lady. I'll ban you from my channel. All right. Number 1 starting up. All right, then we got to put on number 4. All right. Let's see here. We got to make this 250. 250. Got to turn the afterburners off at 250 or at 4,000 feet, whichever you get to first. Usually it's the speed, because our V speed is like 210. All right, let's wait for that switch to click off, and then we'll turn the EPU off. Come on, switch. Switch. There we go. All right, EPU off. All right, let's go out and make sure everything is good. Yep. Flight controls are free and clear. Well, if you're asking me that question, it's got to be early as shit. It's what's it like, 5:30 in the morning? What do you have, like the first flight out of Chicago tomorrow? So if you got to leave at 5:30, what do you have to get to the airport at like 3? What? What? Who the hell is flying at, like, what passengers are flying at 2:25 in the morning? I mean, not unless you're flying like overseas somewhere. I mean, Jesus, that's a crazy flight. So what? So you're not even gonna go to sleep, I'm sure. Then I mean, don't you have to be at the airport? Yeah, that's a bad schedule, man. What time do you have to get there to like flight plan and all that? Don't you have to get there like 2 or 3 hours early to get the flight plan and check the weather? And oh, it's a maintenance flight. That sucks, man. You get called in on your day off or your night off, and then now they got you flying at, middle of the night. Oh, that's not bad. An hour early. All right. All right, let's put all these switches in. Do you have to get there earlier if it's a passenger flight? I guess maybe you would if it's a passenger flight, being that, you have to make sure the, like, whatever, I don't know what it's called, but like the list of names and the weights and all that, the manifesto or whatever it's called. Oh, hang on a second. I think I got a text message. Yeah. Hang on, let me send this message back real quick. Yeah, my mom flew down to Florida today for work. Yeah. Well, I'm sure you get there. I'm sure you go through security really quickly at, 1 in the morning. My mom flew down to Florida to see some family and to do and for work a little bit. And she flew a 737 down there. She flew Southwest. And like I was sweating the whole time she was on that flight. I had flight aware up the whole time, just like, oh my God, like, I hope nothing falls off this damn airplane. I was like, don't fly Boeing. Anything but Boeing. I didn't say anything to her yesterday. I didn't want to like make her worry. So I was like, yeah, I know, not the 7th. I know. All right, so this ADS light, you can barely see it lit up, but it's lit up. So in order to turn that light off, we had to switch these switches up here. So we got to turn this on and that one on. This one should already be on. Yep. And that turns that off. So, all right, let's back them up. Let's, well, we'll just use the ATC for backup, I guess. Let's try steer. Let's try steer to the left. Let's see if that works. I always forget when it's the regular ATC, like what steers it properly, if it's left or right. I always get confused if it's like staring at it, tail to the left, or being in it, like nose to the left. So yep, that's wrong. All right, go straight. All right, let me put my tablet down so I can put my checklist up on here. I got everything from takeoff to landing I have on a checklist here. What? Cardinal directions? I'm not familiar with cardinal directions. Why are you saying the electrical systems have to be turned on? Is my shit off? Is my stuff off? It shouldn't be. Oh, I got you, Cardinal. Okay. Thanks, cowboy. Maybe I didn't put the right CDS. I thought these were the CESDs. Oh, wrong ones. Shit. I flipped the wrong switches earlier. See? I thought I knew everything. Alright, now the generators are on. And let's put these back to... Normal. Okay. Alright, now we should be good now. Alright, let's put our flight director on. Let's put this on. We should be okay now. Let me see. What? Hang on, did the engines turn off? Number 4 engine did. Alright, we gotta restart the number 4 engine. Oh, you got that new flight stick? Cool. Yeah, I like that one a lot. That Velocity, the Velocity 1 flight stick, yeah, that thing is real cool. Alright, let's get engine number 4 up and running again. Yeah, that Velocity 1 flight stick, that thing is pretty sweet. Wow. 15 years, wow. Come on, engine 4. Get your shit together. Alright, give me a second. Power. Let me reconnect to ground power real quick, so I can get this this situation fixed. Not flipping the right generator switches in the beginning screwed me up. And where's this guy going? I mean, like... Goodbye! See you later, truck. Yeah. 15 years is a long time to use one flight stick. My goodness. That's older than one of my kids. Well, almost older than one of my kids. Come on, put yourself back in there. Oh my god. What the hell is this truck doing? Just park already. Wow, what a move. What a power move. Alright, that's good. Now, is this engine running up? Okay. Alright. That engine's doing good now. Let's wait for it to stabilize. Let's make sure that our generators are actually on. Let me do this real quick. All right. So let's wait for this generator to go up a little bit in power. And then we should be fine to disconnect the ground power and let's get rid of all right, let's do that. As soon as this stabilizes, then we can go ahead and start taxiing. I think we might be okay. The engine looks good. All our systems are good now. They're not all messed up like they were a second ago. Alright, let's disconnect the ground power and see what happens. Nope, engine 4 is still having an issue. Alright, let's flip number 4 one more time. That's the one giving us a problem. The other engines are good. I wonder if this has a... I wonder if we're actually having a failure. I should just start on the runway. Alright, looks like our CSD is coming up. Or is that oil? Yeah, our oil pressure. Alright, PSI is going up. That's good. Engine looks like it's finally getting up to where it should be. I can hear it kicking on. Come on, oil pressure. Get up there. Alright. Alright, that engine looks good now. Let me see if I turn off the ground power, what happens now. What the fuck? gotta be fucking kidding me. Alright, I'll tell you what. Let's just shut off all 4 engines. Wonder why engine 4 is giving us problems. Let me try it one more time. If it doesn't start this time, I'm just going to start on the runway. It shouldn't be. I mean, I've never had a problem starting one of these engines before. This is crazy. Come on, engine. Alright, air bleed controls are good. All the engine feed pumps are on. All the fuel is good. That's fine. Fuel heaters are on auto. I mean, everything looks like it should. I don't know why it's just shutting off. Put this on auto. That's on normal. That's good. Alright, engine looks fine there. Now if I disconnect the ground power, let's see what happens. Actually, let's wait a second. Let's make sure this gets up where it should. Alright, that's climbing now. Let's get it to match the other ones, and then we'll turn off the ground power and see if that fixes it. It just doesn't look like all these generator lights are on there. That's the thing. Alright, let's see what happens now. Nope. Alright, we're gonna start on the runway. I don't know what the fuck, man. I mean, we already started up the airplane and all that. I don't know why engine number 4 is having an issue. Let's just start on the runway. We'll do our flight plan out here. We'll just go in and make sure the weight's good, the fuel's good, and then we'll take off. Alright, so we're gonna take off on the runway that I originally wanted to. 9 right. And let's go ahead and go over to Poland. All right, EPWA. Set this for arrival. Let's do high altitude. All right, we got Det 1J. And then for the arrival, for the approach, we got ILS Z. And we have GovVN. Yep. All right, that's okay. Let's get rid of this waypoint. Get rid of this waypoint. All right, that's good. All right, let's go. Got to put the light on in here so I can see the checklist. Ugh. That's so strange that it wouldn't stay on. I've never had an issue with those engines staying on before. I wonder if it's because I'm in the beta, you know, testing beta phase or whatever, or if it really was because I didn't have the generators on at first. I don't know. It's really weird. All right, let's go ahead and let's do a little housekeeping real quick. Put this on 250. Put this on 10,000. That on. Flight director on. Let's make sure. All right, let's see here. Performance, that's all done. Okay, that's fine. Let's go to flight plan. Let's come up here because they don't have this correct. So this has to be on 88. This should be on auto. Our fuel heaters need to be on auto. Secondary doors need to be on auto. We need to be at 54% for our center of gravity, so let's fix that real quick. And let's make sure that we have fuel in. Oh, that's a problem. Fuck. We need fuel in these. Otherwise, there's not going to be any fuel to transfer to the back. Fuck. All right, now we're good. All right, 54%. All right, everything's good back here. Oh, this is good. All right, we got our taxi lights on, anti-stall, and all our lights are off. All right, let's get out of here. Let me turn off those button things, you know, where it like brings up the words and shit. All right, let's take off. So let's put our afterburners on. All right, landing lights, navigation, engaged. All right, let's go. Let's move the parking brake. The tutorial says we should be taking off at like 170, like for our V1 speed, but according to the flight management system, it's like 207. All right, V1, rotate, rotate, bitch. All right, gear up. Let me pause this real quick, because we're already at like 250, so turn those off. All right, auto throttle on. IAS acquire. I know, it's because we're overspeeding. I got you, buddy. All right, INS. Vertical speed. Autopilot. All right, that's pretty good for now. Well, we going now. All right, INS is in. We're in VS mode instead of altitude acquire. At 10,000 feet, we got to make sure the engine control schedule is on normal. It's already on normal. Secondary doors are open. Heaters are on. All right, so we can actually just put this up to 24,000 feet at this point. once we get to 10,000 feet, then we gotta start moving our fuel backwards. Yeah, let's put on some photogrammetry and let's turn the lights on the world. I'm going to try that again tomorrow when I have a few minutes and see if I can recreate that issue. I wonder if you leave one of the generators off and I just wonder why it was just that one engine though that wouldn't stay lit. It's very weird. Very weird to me because I don't like understand it. Like, I'm sure if you were a real pilot, it might make sense to you. To me, it doesn't make sense. All right, so that's good, and let's see what's going on around the world here. All right, well, if it doesn't make sense to you, then that makes me feel a little better. Thank you. All right, we're going to put our nose up here momentarily. All right, so at 10,000 feet, lights off, visor up and locked. And then we got to move our fuel transfer backwards. Start getting that set up at least. This we got to do 5,000. And pumps are off, but the valves are open. Okay. Very good. I would increase our climb speed, but we're already like... Oh, N1 is way low. Okay, we can go up. I thought I was looking at N1. That was N2. Let's increase our climb profile a bit. We got some room on that green to go. All right, nose up. Put our lights off. All right, and now let's start moving some fuel. So we got to open this up, move this backwards, turn on pumps 9 and 10. And we have to open up the inlet valves for number 11. So that's open, and that's open. And now we should start seeing this number go up. Yeah, there we go. So once it gets to 59%, that's when we got to shut it down. You just have to transfer like 5,000. I think 5,000 kilograms is what it is. All right, we're doing all right there. We're still on course. Of course, we have a big left-hand turn coming up. All right, we can put this one away. Then we have our cruise checklist. Cruise checklist. Our Terry Cruise checklist. Yeah, we have a pretty big turn coming up here when we get to det. No, maybe it's not that big. It looked bigger on the, it looked bigger before. And once we get to 24... It might be a glitch, yeah. I figured if we reconnected the ground power and just relit the engine and then flipped the switch again for it, I mean, I figured that would be okay, but it didn't like it. It didn't like me touching its buttons, so whatever. We're in the air now, that's what matters. But I wasn't going to make that mistake I made the other night where I just, like, sat on something for too long trying to figure it out. Whatever. I've started this plane up many times on YouTube, you know. But we started up everything, actually. I mean, there's not anything we missed. Like, if somebody wanted to go and see how to start the plane, like, we did everything. Alright, 24,000 feet. We got to turn off the auto throttle, move it to 45,000, put on the afterburners. Do altitude of fire. And give it full power. Now, I don't know if this thing will give us top of descent. I'll have to play with it when we get up to cruising altitude. I really don't remember if it will. Because if it doesn't, it might be a little tough to figure out where 300 feet is. You know, like, I want to start descending around 300 feet out. Alright, FL, we're going to do 55,000 feet. 0. Alright, let's see where we're at here. 58. Come on, bitch. Let's go. Alright. They're shut. And now we can shut down these pumps. And then when we descend, we're just going to do the opposite. We'll put on the inlet valves for 9 and 10, and then open up the pumps on 11. And then put this one at 5,000. Hey, how'd you sneak up to open? You should be on auto. Sneaky bitch, you. Alright, let's do altitude hold. Let's put this at 45,000. Let's turn this off. Let's give it full power. One, two, three, 4. And altitude acquire. Very good. Afterburners back on again. We're climbing. Can you just go direct to a farther waypoint to make the turn less steep? Yeah, probably. I just, well, the route that I built on Navigraph wasn't as steep of a turn. This is just how it is when you build it on the world page. I just didn't want to go through... I didn't want to go through all the steps of redoing everything. I was just trying to cut down the time, which is why it had that... Yeah, I probably could have gotten rid of a couple of those waypoints, but we seem to be doing okay now. Like, I don't know if this map, this VFR map shows 300. I guess I can, you know what I can do? I can just plug in a waypoint here and see, like... I bet you we need to start descending somewhere around here, I would think. Oh, you know, AdVab is on my, Oh, I don't have a flight plan anyways. I didn't build it in SimBrief. SimBrief has, like, every plane available in a simulator except for this plane. But yeah, when we get to cruising altitude, I'll check. It might have how many miles... I'm sure it's going to have how many miles to the airport. All right. Yep. I wonder if we can sonic boom yet. Let's see. Oh yeah. Look, listen to how quiet it gets. It's amazing. And then when you switch the camera around, it's going to have a big sonic boom. I love it. Okay, I'll check Discord. I love it. I love the sonic boom. Alright, well, I'm actually glad I'm doing this tonight, because the thing I usually do on Tuesday morning canceled on me, so now I can sleep in the regular time tomorrow, so that's good. That's real good. Alright, let me check Discordio. Discordadesia. I'll have to try that next time. Well, thank you. Yeah, next time I build one of these flights, I'll give it a try and see if that, if I can actually build a flight plan with it. Thanks, Chicago. I appreciate it. That's cool. I'll have to try that out. Alright, let's see where we're at. We got to turn off the afterburners at Mach 1.7. Now, we never did turn any anti-icing on, but that's okay. We don't have any clouds or any kind of visible moisture. Let's go check the zombies in the back. See if they're still getting drunk. Oh, we still got the champagne. The good old wobbler, champagne wobbler. Oh yeah, these are scary. Ah! Wonder how much she costs an hour. All right, let's see. Dude, it looks like the girl from what was the movie with Sarah Michelle Gellar that took place in, like, Japan? It started with a G. It was like the... Oh, what was it called? Not the Grinch, but damn, I'll have to look that up. I'll look it up in a second. Hans and Franz. God, these are some scary looking people, man. Jesus, God almighty. What was it called? It was... the character made like a really, like the scary character made like a really weird, like kind of noise. It's called the something. The something. All right, 1.68, 1.69. All right, 1.7. Those can go off. And let's put this at 55,000. Let me look that up. That's going to bother me if I don't figure that out. All right, Sarah Michelle Gellar movies. It's not that many of them, so it shouldn't be that long of a list. Sarah Michelle Gellar. Gellar. It's like Scooby-Doo. The Grudge. That's it, The Grudge. That movie was great. The Grudge. But yeah, that girl with all that hair looks like the... Oh yeah, I know you gotta get up, man. It's all good. I'll catch you tomorrow night. Have a safe flight. Thanks again for the super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you, Chicago. Have a good flight, Captain. All right, we got about 5,000 more feet. Let's see what our Mach number is. Should get to about Mach 2.02, 2.03. I know this plane can go up to like 60,000 feet. I never take a plane up to its absolute service ceiling just in case there's, you know, some wobbliness or, you know, a little turbulence or whatever. Oh, you know what? I never, oh, okay. I was going to fix the barometric pressure, but I forgot we started on the runway, so I don't need to do that. All right, we are almost at 55,000 feet. Kaboom! That's so cool. All right, so sorry about that. All right, there's a few switches up top we gotta flip once we get up to our cruising altitude. Once this goes altitude hold, we're gonna click max cruise. And then we have some buttons to flip up top. All right, max cruise. Now we have to do these 4 switches. And these 4 switches. So this is takeoff. This is flight mode that we're in here. And then this goes from climb to cruise. So all right, we are good. We're at max cruise. Get the rest of our checklist out here. Right, that's approach, landing, takeoff, climb, cruise, descent. Descent has all this plus this. All that on the back, plus all this on the front. That's the checklist. All right, let me see if this gives us a all right, let's see here. Performance. All right, let's do Mach hold. So, Mach hold, autopilot. That should hold us right around Mach 2. Let me look at Navigraph here. See if I can figure out where about 300 miles is. So with our landing tonight, we have okay, 9, 13, 17, 25, 33, 41, 51, 57, 77, 80, 91. So we got about 91 miles to play with once we get to our top of our arrival. So 91 plus 125. That's Binpo. Pose. Let me see if Bose is on this menu yet, because that's going to be pretty close to where we need to descend. All right, Ebola. Let me see how many miles Ebola is. Okay, so Ebola's 144 miles, so we have 144 plus the 91, so that's like 240. So we should really descend about, I would say 60, I would say like 70 miles before, about 60 miles before Ebola. Alright, so where are we at? How many miles do we have before Ebola? Okay, so we got about 200 miles. Believe it or not, that's going to go by pretty quickly. Let's plug in our our approach information. Oh, it already has it in there. 109.9. Okay, already has it in there. Well, let's at least plug it into nav too also. 109.9. And we have course 108. So we'll adjust that later. We can't really adjust it now. Oh, it's just those few camera angles. Well, he's like, ah, you're so far below us. Hey, what's up, Stefano XBX? You're like way below us. That's like the most flown plane I see on here. Whenever I'm flying around, doesn't matter what part of the world, I always see the Neo. It's like everybody flies that thing. Alright, so for descent, let's see here. Destination, obtain ILS. Altimeter set, cross-checked. Engine recirculation valves open. Tanks 1 to 4 normal. Fuel transfer forward. Excuse me. All right, engine recirculation valves. They are they got to be set to open. And then we got to set the fuel transfer forward. So at least let's plug in the 5,000 now. And then inlet valves 11 are going to be open. Oh, that's interesting. So we turned the inlet valves open on 11 and the pumps. That doesn't make sense to me why we would do that. Let me look at, maybe I wrote that down wrong. Let me see what it says here. That doesn't make sense that we would have the pumps on and the inlet valves for tank 11. It does. All open. Off. And these are on. And pumps are on too. That does. Wow. Okay. Alright. Never mind. What do I know? I'm just a stupid fat American. Alright. Not much farther. At 140 miles. Kaboom? Kaboom. What part of the world are we over right now? Let's see. Probably Germany. A lot of their airports start with an E. Oh my god, why can't I click on the airport? Leipzig Halle. Yeah, that's Germany. Leipzig Halle. I think British Airways stopped using this livery in like 2000, I'm sorry, in like 1983, I think it was. Somewhere in that area. This is my kind of flight. Nice and quiet. Nice and quiet. We'll be able to sonic boom quite a bit, like, on the way down, too. See, I was trying to find the switch for the glare shield here, but I thought it was up here. I guess it's not. Oh, by the way, so if you're going to fly this plane and you're going to fly any kind of VOR, localizer, ILS, pay attention to this nav standby. For some reason, whatever the standby frequency is right here. You can flip them with this button. But yeah, make sure, because I for the longest time, I saw standby, but my brain just didn't process it as standby. I saw the numbers, and I'm like, okay, that's what's programmed. I saw standby. I didn't process standby. I just thought that was the actual number. So, make sure your brain processes standby. Because mine didn't. And I was like, why am I not capturing this localizer for landing? like, I got it plugged in right. I'm on the right course. All right, we are cruising, dude. 1162 for the ground speed. Holding good at Mach 2.02. Hey man, we're doing okay. Right, buddy? You're very quiet. It's a little creepy that you're this quiet, but whatever. You know, I don't think you've touched any buttons the whole time we've been flying together, pal. Just so you know, I might have to write you up for that. You might have to get a written warning this time. Our pressure light is on right now, by the way. I'm not really sure what to do about the pressure. I'll have to Google that one. Whatever. I'll read about it later. Something tells me that the zombies in the back are indestructible. Alright, let's get ready to start descending. So what we got to do is... let me go ahead and actually put this on pause. Okay, tanks 1 and 4 normal. You know, I still can never find that tank button, by the way. Like, I've looked and looked and looked. I have never been able to find a tank 1 and 4 button. Even if you click on the checklist, like, for help, it doesn't show you, it doesn't show you where it's at. Alright, so engine circulation valves need to be opened. Alright, set the fuel transfer to forward. And inlet valves open. Inlet valves for 9 open. Pump 11. Alright, pump 11 on. So these have to go on. Alright, and let's see here. Engine rating mode is climb. Pressurization. Alright, we gotta make the IAS 350. Set this to altitude to 36,000. Okay. Auto throttle engage, IAS. Select acquire. And then altitude acquire. And then, like before, when we had to stop it at 59, we have to stop it now at 54%. What's up, Deborah? What's happening? Welcome to the Monday night show. Yeah, we're just started descending in this Concorde. And we're going to Poland. There's a lot to do for one person in this plane. I can't wait for the new simulator to come out, where you can have like multiple people inside the same cockpit. It'd be so much easier if you had somebody like in the back doing all the engineer stuff, and then, you know, two pilots. Two pilots, one plane. Once we get the center of gravity down to 54, then we got to shut off the inlet valves, you know, all that stuff. So first thing to shut off would be this switch here, and then you can shut down the inlet valves, the pumps, and the inlet valves up top there. Now, I probably descended a little bit early. I'm okay with that. I really am not. I tried to do the math in my head the best I could for 300 miles out from the airport, but I should be pretty close. So then once we get to 36,000 feet, then we're going to do the indicated airspeed. We're going to put that to 325, and then the altitude at 10,000, and then just do the same two buttons again. IAS acquire and, you know, altitude acquire. I don't believe we're going to touch these buttons again. Or we might, I think on the approach, we got to put these back in takeoff mode, but other than that, I don't think we need to touch them again. All right, our pressure warning light has now gone off. Everybody can breathe again. All the zombies in the back can breathe again. All right, we are only 8/10 away now. Yep, fuel transfer off, and then close up all the valves and pumps and all that. Yeah, I've spent some time in this airplane looking at every single button, and I cannot find the tank 1 through 4 button. I've Googled it. I've looked in the operations manual. I've gone like with a fine-tooth comb with like the button description tool where it like tells you what each button is and all that. All right, off. Now let's go ahead and shut all this down. So let's turn these pumps off. Let's shut the inlet valves. And let's come up top here and shut off the... So you can see, like, this horizontal line, see how it's, like, connected? That means it's connected. And when we shut this down, now it's not connected. So that's one easy way of knowing, you know, if you got it connected or not. Off, off. Everything's off. All right, very good. Now let me see where we're at here. All right, so I think we just turned. Looks like we're getting ready to make our turn to Advab. Let's see what this says here. You know, we might not have descended in time. So that, okay. So when I put in that waypoint, Ebola or whatever that waypoint's name is, in Navigraph, it said we had 144 nautical miles to Agava. Oh, that's Agava, not Advab. Oh man, I am such a moron. I really am. Like my brain just does not work some days. Yeah, we might have actually descended a little early. Man, I'm such a moron. Advab, bad up. Massive, Indig. Alright, where's Agava at? Ola, there's Agava. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Agava. Damn it. Well, whatever. It's fine. We'll just chill at 36,000 feet for a little bit. Yeah, Agava, we need to be... Oh, actually, we need to be below 19,000 feet for Agava. So, let's see here. What are we at right now? Advab, bad up. Alright, looks like we're getting ready to pass Advab right now. We actually might not be in bad shape, actually. Here's Advab, and then we have bad up. Tola. What is that waypoint there? UTOLA. Oh, UTOLU. Alright, let me see how many miles Utola is before Agava. Alright, UTOLU. So that's 45 miles, so we need to get down to 19,000 feet from 36, so that's 17,000 feet, 1734.51. Say like 60 miles. So I would say like 20 miles before Utolu, we need to start descending. So let's see where Indig is. Let me plug that into Navigraph. Come on. Come on, tablet. Work with me. Work with me. Alright, here we go. Indig. INDIG. Can you dig it? Alright, Indig is only 30... Yeah, 33 miles. So that's 77. Alright, so right after Indig, we can start descending down to 19,000, and then we'll just continue our descent from there. we can slow sonic boom. That's cool. What are we at? Mach what? Mach 1. Wow. Pretty cool. Alright, so we have... Alright, so we just hit that up. We have 16 miles to the next waypoint. 14. You go pretty quick through these waypoints when you're going as fast as we are. Oops, sorry about that. Okay, yeah, engine ready mode, yeah, we do need to put that back. Okay. But that's when we are below 10,000 feet. Okay. Alright, let's see where we're at. We're getting ready to hit massive. Alright, and now we are on our way to Indig. Oh shit, we gotta get ready to start descending. Alright, so let's put this down now to 10,000 feet. Let's put this to 325. And we're gonna do the same thing we did again. We're gonna do IAS acquire and altitude acquire. Usually the landing speed on this thing is like 160, 170, but I'm pretty sure today it's going to be like 200. This thing always has such a high, like the way the computer programs this, it's like, it's crazy. All right, 10, 13, 29, 2. Temperature outside is 15 degrees. Wind is probably not much. Let's see what it says. 271. Oh, variable and okay. So let's just put in 271 / 2. Transition altitude is, doesn't really matter actually, because we didn't build anything in for the pressure. So, but it is 6,500 in real life. So let's at least plug that in. And our decision height is, this says here, this says 100, but I'm going to leave it at 200. Yeah, look, it's got our approach speed at like 270 something. I mean, like, how crazy is that? That's crazy. Because according to the checklist, here, let me pull up the checklist. The checklist is way different. I think the checklist is like 170. first thrust. I could have sworn that there was a... Yeah, see it. Weight dependent. Oh, yeah, no shit. All right, we are getting there. Hardest part of the trip is pretty much over at this point. I'm not going to follow this. I mean, there's no way we're coming in at 276. I mean, that is absolutely nuts. Oh, maybe because we don't have a weight in here. Maybe that's why. It's interesting that when you start with everything and you start at the runway, it still doesn't program this in. That's very interesting. We had it in when we first built it. All right, let's hold off at 15,000 feet. For that one waypoint. So the way this landing is going to go, we're going to come in, go down to the north, I'm sorry, to the southeast, go down a little bit, then kind of go make a U-turn, go up north, then northwest, then northeast, and then back down for our landing. This arrival here in Poland is it's a little silly. It's a little silly, actually. Oh, the sonic booms are over. No more sonic booms. Yeah, I do. The hardest part of this trip's over, and now it's just a matter of just plugging in the correct info on the autopilot and just letting it do its thing, and you know, making sure we're at the right speed and the right altitude. There's no speed brakes on this plane. So if you want to slow down, you know, you just either have to not descend as quickly, maybe put the landing gear down, but there's no speed brakes. And we're going to hold off at 15,000 because that's what it says on the flight plan here. Oh, actually, we need to be over 19,000 there. I didn't see that. Oh, well, whatever. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, does it? Look at this. So, Vixlo, we need to be below 17,000 feet, but RFEP, we need to be above 18,700 feet. Like, come on, guys. Like, really? Really? Might be about 26 miles from Agava. Agava's the transition for our arrival. You know what we should do? We should just go down to like 3,000 feet and just like look at the ground as we're flying. Yes, let's do that actually. Let's keep the original 10,000 feet here. Who cares what the charts say? I want to get close to the ground. Let's get down to, I want to like actually look at the ground. I've never flown over this part of Poland before, this part of Europe. I want to see what like the buildings and shit look like. So let's just get down to 10,000, then we'll put the auto throttle to 250. Go down to like 3,000 because that's the capture point for the ILS, and we'll just fly the remainder of our flight at 3,000 feet. I think we'll do that. I think that'll be more fun. Then we can look at the ground and shit. See what Poland looks like. Yeah, the hardest part of this trip is taking off. Taking off and the initial climb. For some reason, altitude acquire doesn't really work below 10,000 feet when you're taking off. So you have to fly it manually for a while. You can use vertical speed mode, you know, as far as like having a way to climb when using the autopilot, but for some reason the altitude acquire does not really work. At least in the beta, it used to work fine. Before I joined the beta testing, it worked fine. Now all of a sudden it doesn't work the way it's supposed to. Wow, look at all this farmland. At least I think that's farmland. It looks, you know, farming simulator. Whenever you're in Eastern Europe or in Poland or, you know, it looks just like this. Like the fields, they're really like thin strips. Hey, and we're at 10,000 feet already. All right, let's go ahead and put this down to 250. Let's put this down to 3,000. And let's just rinse and repeat. IAS acquire and altitude acquire. This might lengthen our trip up a little bit, but I'm okay with that. I mean, we don't have that much farther to go anyways. We just started the arrival, so. But yeah, man, I want to see what the ground looks like, dude. Let's see what Poland's working with. All right, so we are now passing Agava, heading to Wixlow, or Vixlow actually. We're actually really close to the airport. Be nice if we had the of course, you know, like the heading that we were supposed to do. I really want to fly it kind of like manually, but not manually, but I want to put it in like heading mode and, you know, activate the ILS and like activate the VOR feature and all that. All right, once we get down to 250 speed, then we're going to put the nose down. Sweet, is what I'm talking about. Yeah, now it feels like a bush trip now. A bush trip in the Concorde. All right, well, we're at our altitude. Let's get down to 250, bitch. Come on. All right, let's put the nose down 5 degrees. we got 6 miles to RFEP, then we should be making a turn towards the east. Well, northeast a little bit. Oh, you know what? I actually have the directions right here, actually. I'm such an idiot. So we should be on a heading of 62. Let me see if this actually... Hang on one second. Let me check my keyboard real quick. I thought I had heading mode programmed with control and delete, but let me see here. Let me type in heading. Oh, come on, bitch. I hate when it does that. Yeah, left control, delete, and left control. Right, that's what I have. Okay. Is the keyboard not working? Huh, not working. That's weird, it won't spin to heading mode. Very weird. Alright, so that is 62. Alright, well I'll leave navigation on for just a little bit longer. Maybe when we make our turn to the northwest, I'll deactivate this mode that we're in and go into the localizer mode, because at that point we're going to be running parallel to the airport and we're getting ready to make a big U-turn. Maybe. Let me see. No, it's still not working. It's alright. It's no big deal. I think maybe... I mean, it works in the rest of the airplanes. I'm just not sure why it's not working on this airplane. Yeah, usually when I do that, it spins the heading bug to wherever I want it, but it's no big deal. I can just use the mouse. Yeah, cursor mode, I think, will deactivate that feature, but it's alright. No big deal. But yeah, I descended early because I wanted to see what the ground looks like, so we're like at 3,000 feet pretty early, but I'd never flown over this part of Poland before, so I kind of wanted to see what it looks like. Alright, our next waypoint is Msfs. We're going to be making a turn on a 12-degree course from here. And we have 11 miles left. Yeah, I mean, we should really be still at like 15,000 feet in the air, but it's okay. It's a simulator. We can kind of do what we want, right? We can break the rules. It's amazing that I used to play a lot of the farming simulator game, and anytime they've had farms in Eastern Europe, Poland, and places like that, like they always look like this, like really like weird, like cutouts, long thin strips. And I mean, I've never looked at farmland until now in Poland and like on a map. It's crazy that that's actually how it looks like. Like, look at all these long thin strips of farmland. That's crazy. Yeah, man, I played the hell out of the farm. I like the new one. I like how it has the different factories and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I might have more than 1,000 hours in that farming overall in the farming simulator, from like mobile games down to console. I think I probably have more than 1,000 hours. I played the hell out of that game for like 2 or 3 years. It's fun. I love the way the tractors sound, and you know, digging up the ground and planting shit and using all the big machinery. It's fun. Certainly having the mods, having free mods helps that game a lot, I think. Like if those mods you had to pay for, I don't know if I would have any mods at that point. All right, we're making our turn towards Msfs now. Pretty soon we got to change our engine rating mode. We got to close the engine recirculation valves. We got to put our control schedule on approach. We got to... That's kind of about it for buttons and shit. Wow! That's a long time. Wow. You must really like that game then. That's cool. Alright, so we're reading 28, 27 miles from the runway. Of course, that's going to be different because we're going to go up. We're going to go straight up to the north, up to the northeast. I'm sorry, to the northwest, and then back around again. So, yeah, that's a long time, man. Wow. 10, 12 hours a day. I hear you. I hear you. I'd be doing the same thing if I was retired, probably. Alright, now we're turned to FOFA. I think. Oh no, Surfu. Okay. Alright, actually, you know what? I'm going to take this thing out of the mode that it's in right now. Let's go ahead and start controlling this thing ourselves. Alright, let's... well, actually, before I do that, let me switch everything that I need to switch. Okay, so we need to... First of all, let's put on some lights. Alright, those lights. We need to put on logo light back on. That on. We need to put the engine rating mode back into takeoff. Alright, let's make sure the engine recirculation valves are shut. Engine control schedule is on approach. Engine feed pumps, they're all on. And cross feed valves are open. And secondary doors are still on auto. Alright, very good. Alright, let's go ahead now and go into heading mode. Let's switch this to localizer mode, and we cannot change our course. Damn it. Alright, let's just go back into this mode then. Shit. Alright, we'll leave it in like LNAV mode for until we get ready to make our turn towards the airport, and then we'll arm the localizer and put ourselves in heading mode and all that. Damn. I was hoping to be able to adjust the course, but it's okay. No worries. All right, let's get down to about 225. Within about 30 miles, we should be starting to really reduce our speed. Now, this system down here says we should be at 276 for our landing speed, but I don't believe that. I've never heard. Right, play games and cut grass. That's my kind of life, man. It sounds good to me. I'm right there with you. Now, I'm not retired, but... Sorry about that. Yeah, man, it sounds good to me. Play video games, cut grass, and whatever else you want to do. Since you don't have a job to go to, you just do whatever you want. Sounds like. That's what I'm talking about. When I retire, that's what I want to do. Whatever I want to do. All right, we should be parallel with the airport after this turn here. Yep, I'll get there one day. I work from home, so it's, you know, doing life insurance, so it's not, you know, I don't really have a strenuous job or anything. I just work from home. I used to have a strenuous job, like working out of the house and, you know, back breaking, kind of working all that, but I found this job during COVID, and it's great. Make decent money and just work from home. I do kind of miss at times being in an office setting, but it's okay. The trade-off is, I'm okay with the trade-off. All right, our capture point is, let's see, I think it's 3,000 feet, I think. Yep, 3,000 feet for the capture point. All right, so we're coming up on Bassick. And then Flugel, and then WA4. Okay. So after Lugel, we're going to start making our turn towards the runway. They're missing a couple of waypoints, but that's okay. And I want to put our heading at 108. Actually, no, I'm going to put it at 18. You know what? Actually, I'm going to go into heading mode now, actually. Let's put this in at the 28. What are we doing right now? 288. All right, let's turn this down to... It's gonna beep like that until we get down, until we move our throttles again. Once we move the throttles again, there we go. All right, let's go into heading mode. Let's switch this. And I'm going to wait until our DME gets to about 20. 18, 20, and then I'm going to start turning back towards the runway. Because right now we're running parallel, we have about a 5-mile gap between the localizer lining up and where we're at now. According to the chart I'm looking at, according to the arrival chart, there's about a 5-mile gap between this lining up and the heading that we're on right now. This thing looks like it's already ready for landing, doesn't it? It's already got the angle and everything. Now, last time I tried to land this plane, I forgot to put the landing gear down. So hopefully I won't make that mistake again. That's pretty cool, though, that that's, like, how it flies. Like, that much of its fuselage, like, kind of, like, pushing against the wind like that. Like, against the wind. It's not straight like a normal airplane is. It's kind of like... I know when it's cruising, it's not like that, but... Man, this is, like, all, like, country farm out here. This is pretty wild. Like, no, like, cities. It's just a few houses, some suburbs, a couple buildings, and... I don't know what the angle of attack's supposed to be on this airplane. I mean, on the chart I'm reading it's 3%, but that's a regular, you know, Jeppesen type chart. I have no idea what this plane did in real life. I just know what the checklists say that I'm looking at. So the checklists that come with the game, the ones that are like up here, everything from takeoff down, I typed up and printed out, so I have it in front of me, instead of like having this sitting on the screen. So, yeah, it says that below 5,000 feet, you need to be between like 170 and 200. So, that's what we're doing. All right, we're gonna get ready to start making our turn. Could be. Yeah, there's I have a operations manual for the Concorde. I haven't read it in a while. I'm sure in there somewhere it has what the angle of attack is and all that. Or at least what's recommended. I have so many planes that I like rotate through that it's tough to kind of keep track of them all, so I download those booklets so I can kind of do some kind of like research and look things up before I start flying the plane. I mean, the last time I flew this, I think it was like 2 or 3 months ago. So I have too many planes. I probably shouldn't have bought so many planes, but like, you know, I did. All right, let's start making our turn. Let's go about 90 degree difference than our localizer. I hear you. I hear you. Yeah, I have damage turned off, I think, from the ground. So if I do wind up crashing, you know, I'm not gonna go right back to the main screen. All right, let's see here. I'm gonna wait for the localizer to start capturing a bit before I arm the localizer. Sometimes in these planes, if you arm the localizer now, and then it like captures it when it's this far away, like from lining up, sometimes it like oversteers and you wind up going through it, and then like it makes like a big circle. Yep, yeah, right. Unlimited fuel, no damage from crashing. It's perfect. All right, we should see this line. Yep, there's the line starting to wiggle. All right, so now that we can go ahead and arm the localizer. We're far enough away where it should actually line back up. Let's see if it does. and we can actually click. Oh, is it? Let me give it a chance. Let me give it a chance and see if it'll line up. Let's click land. And arm the other autopilot. And then I don't really think there's much else to do. Let me look at landing checklist. Yeah, that's about it. Idle, thrusters idle about 30 feet. Now I'm hoping that this thing will line itself back up. I think it will. It looks like it is. Yeah, it is. Okay. And once the glide slope captures and we start going down, I'll reduce the throttle, like the auto throttle, a little bit. I'll put it down to like 180. But I believe this thing will I think this thing will actually land itself. I think it does actually, I think it does the whole thing. I think it rolls out and flares and does everything. I think it does a category 3, actually, I think. Where it does the roll out and the flare all on its own. So we'll see. I'm gonna let it go down as far as I can without touching it, just to see what happens. It's been a while, I kind of forget. Plus, I like watching the airplane land. So until, you know, they come out with autopilot, I mean, what the hell is it called? Instant replay or some sort of way to rewind it and watch it, I'm gonna let these planes land by themselves as often as I can so I can just sit outside and watch. I think the new simulator, when that comes out later this year, that should have some sort of rewind feature to it, or instant replay. Alright, 10 miles out. Let's go ahead and put the landing gear down. Let's reduce this to 180. Good, landing gear's down. Last time I forgot. Not gonna forget this time. Oh yeah, FSX, yeah. Yep. I've never played FSX, but I've watched a lot of videos on YouTube with people playing FSX. I've never had a computer powerful enough to run that thing. Alright. Glide slope is... Looks like the glide slope is captured. Looks like we are descending. It's got us 1 degree off from what the chart says we should be at. We should be at 108, but... Put the final bit of the nose down. Let's just sit here and watch the plane like this. Yeah, everybody I've talked to that played FSX said that that it had way more airplanes than Microsoft does. Especially on PC, like I know, like Xbox, like I'm on, we have like a fraction of the planes that you guys have available on PC. There's only so many camera angles on this thing. I think there's like 4 outside here. Yeah, there's that one, that one, that one, and that one. Yeah, there's only 4. That sucks. I wish there was more outside camera views. I saw a Concorde years ago at the Air and Space Museum in DC. And man, this thing is so cool looking in person. Here you go. Oh, I didn't know the engines did that. That's pretty cool. Slow down. Slow down. Very good. Park and brake on. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, you know what? If I didn't stream like I do, I don't know if I probably would have only bought like 1 or 2 planes. You know, but like over the time of doing this, I've had people ask me to like get certain planes, so I usually put them on the wish list and I wait for them to go on sale. And once they get, you know, not all of them go on sale, but a good amount of the ones that I have, I picked up, you know, when they were like 20% off, or, you know, I feel like I'm getting a big deal at that point. But yeah, this Concorde's a lot of fun. Yeah, I've never seen one fly in person. I've only seen the Concorde at the Air and Space Museum in DC. Well, it's not DC, it's Northern Virginia, where it's at, near right outside Dulles Airport. But well, I'm glad I did a show tonight. I wasn't planning on doing anything tonight because I don't usually do this on Monday nights. But my normal thing that I do on Tuesday mornings canceled, so I don't have to get up early tomorrow. So I didn't mind doing this tonight. But I'll definitely be back tomorrow night. I don't know what I'm going to be doing yet. Oh yeah, I do. I think I'm doing another Bay 146. I had somebody reach out to me and ask me to do a certain flight. So I think I'm going to do that flight tomorrow. You know, whenever somebody reaches out to me and they ask me to do a certain flight, I try to do it immediately, you know, within like a day or two. So I'll probably be doing a Bay 146 again tomorrow night with a Canada, whatever the company's called that flies in Canada. What's it called? Canada Air. I think it's called Canada Air. Yeah, thanks, Cowboy. Appreciate it. Oh yeah, it's one thing that I'm looking forward to is when the new simulator comes out sometime this year. You can actually like a group of you can be in the same airplane at the same time. So like, you know, you could be like the pilot, I could be the engineer, somebody else could be the co-pilot in like the same airplane. So like this plane, the DC-6, the Constellation, the Stratoliner, like all these planes where that you need like 2 or 3 people. The Antonov, you know, you can do flights now with multiple people in the same airplane, which I think is going to be really cool when that actually happens. So yeah, at least that's what they're talking about doing. I you know, who knows for sure what's really going to come out, but that's at least what they've been advertising. So hopefully it'll come out with that. That'll be a really cool thing. So all right, well, I'm going to jump off here. I'll be back on. I usually do this usually Tuesday through Sunday. I do it at like 8 o'clock Eastern time. Tonight, I just happened to do it because my plans tomorrow morning canceled. But I'll definitely be back tomorrow at 8 o'clock East Coast time. If you want to stop on by again and say hi, you're certainly more than welcome. And yep, I'm going to jump off here and I'm going to go eat some dinner. I haven't eaten dinner yet. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Right. Yep. Flight officers, pilots. Right. Yeah. Navigators, engineers. Yep. So anyways, I'm going to jump off here. If you would like to subscribe, certainly do so. Hit the like button, become a member, super chat, whatever. I'm going to keep on doing this because I actually have fun doing this. So if I wasn't streaming, I'd still be doing this. It's just now I just, I connect a few cables and turn on my laptop, and there you go. So I'll be back tomorrow over the beautiful skies of Mother Earth. Until then, hope everybody has a great Taco Tuesday. And I will see you tomorrow night on the next episode of the Airplane Show.